Welcome to a very short 14-minute program illustrating how to use Overdrive, which is an application that allows you to access books from the library without leaving home and download them to your iPad, which you can then read at your leisure. What you see here is an outline of what we're going to be covering, and as we go through the program, I'll continue to come back to this outline, highlighting the various aspects of it so you can follow very easily what we're talking about. I'm going to show you how to use the Overdrive app so that you can get books from the public library for free. The way to start is we go to the App Store, we do a search, and we are going to search for Overdrive. Now, if you haven't installed Overdrive on your machine, basically this will come up and it won't say open the way it says here because I've already installed and uninstalled this program, so I had to reinstall it to try to simulate the first time. It will say get, and you'll need to get the program to download it for the first time. I'm just simply going to open the program. You may be asked to input your password for the App Store depending on how often you've used it, but I'm going to say open. And it'll start off looking like this. You need to either sign up for an Overdrive account or you sign in. And if it's your first time using it, you'll sign up. And I'm going to pretend it's my first time using it, so I'm going to sign up. And you're asked to sign up for the Overdrive account. I would suggest very strongly using the library card and not Facebook. We know that Facebook's been in the news lately for, shall we say, not exactly being forthright with people's data. So we're going to sign up using library card. But we first of all have to find our library. So we have to enter the Winnipeg Public Library, our local library. And I'm going to ask it to search for it. And sure enough, the Winnipeg Public Library comes up. Select this. And then it asks you to put in your card number. That's your library card. You need to have a library card to do this. So I'm going to enter library card number without spaces. I'm going to enter my PIN number, which is usually the last four numbers of your phone number. And then I'll ask it to sign in. And at this point, they also ask you to sign in. So I'm signing in with a library card number. I'm going to ask it to remember the library card number on this device. And now it asks me to sign in with Overdrive. I have to sign up for it. So it's going to ask me again. This is a one-time thing. I'm going to put in the name to make up a password. When you sign in, they'll send a verification code to the email address you supplied. And now it's asking me to add my library card. So I will add a card. I have to put in my card number. My PIN. So now I've signed in, and as long as I don't sign out, I should be able to access what I need. The main thing to remember about this is once you get in here, there's 3 lines in the top left corner, and you'll notice that when I touch that, it takes me to main things about this account. The library has already been added, I don't have to touch that. When I go to bookshelf, it shows that I have no books. So I'm going to add a title now. I'm just going to look up a book. I can do a search by using a search bar. You'll notice there's also categories I could look through, but I'm going to search for a particular book. So I'm typing in I know there's a book like that. Let's do a search for it. Okay, it's for my grandkids. And several books came up, 19 of them. And you'll notice that some of them are available right away, where it says borrow. Some of them have people ahead of you, just like they would in the regular library. You have to place a hold. So I'm going to borrow this book. I'm going to click borrow. And it does tell me at the top, success. I've checked that out. Books, and by the way, if you place a hold on a book, you will be sent an email to your email address telling you when the book is available. I'm going to borrow this book here. And it does tell me I have borrowed those books. I have borrowed a couple of books now. You will notice that I can borrow up to 18 more books, so I can borrow up to 20 books. And they will expire in 3 weeks. You'll notice that I can download the book. I'm going to download this. Now it's adding a title to my bookshelf. And I can borrow this book as well, adding the title. And if I go back to my menu and I look at the bookshelf, there are the books. Now, reading the books is interesting. If I open the book, I just choose it. There's the book. And if I click to the right, it'll take me through the book. There's the chapters. And I can actually jump right to any of the chapters if I want to. So I'm going to get into this book. There it is. First chapter. So let's say I'm reading the book and I come to a point where I don't want to read anymore. I'm not going to read the whole book. You look in the top right corner, there is a bookmark here that I can select. So if I ever go back to that book, it'll take me right back to the exact page I was at. And if I double click in the middle, it'll show me how far in the book I've gotten, with this bar, which I could, if I wanted to, I could go forward, I could go back, and I can also go to my menu again, back to my bookshelf, and if I decide to go back to that book, you'll notice it jumps back to the page I left it off at. Double tap in the middle always gives you access to the menu, and you're back at the bookshelf. So I can download and read up to 15, 20 books. And let's say you want to read more books and it won't let you because you've already reached your limit. It may be unlikely, but I can return these books at any time. If I click and hold down the book, my option is to return it to the library. It'll ask me, do you want to return it early? And it will return it that way. And I'm going to return this book as well. So there you go. So just to summarize, I've logged in, signed up for Overdrive account using my library card and my PIN number. I have a bookshelf where I can collect the books I want, pretty much as many books as I want to read. You'll also notice when I'm in a book, if I go to the top right corner, it allows me access to all the chapters and the table of contents, which can be very handy, and any bookmarks I've set. Just touch the book to get back here. I can also go to the lower right corner, the little wheel here, and I can change the number of columns I'm reading the book in, the alignment. It defaults to center, but I can make alignment to the left. I can also space the lines wider. I can make the margins bigger. And I can also change the font and make the font larger. So I keep tapping that and the font gets larger. So you have trouble reading some of the books, you can make the font larger. And you can actually change the font as well, if you'd like. And it will remember that for your book. And when you finally are finished with the Overdrive, all you do is touch the home button and it closes the drive. It will reopen in exactly the same place you left it. Won't ask you for your card anymore, won't ask you for the library. All you need to do is go to your bookshelf and access whatever books you have there. I have no books right now. So that basically in a nutshell is how to use this program. It's an excellent program. If you want to spend a lot of time without actually going to the library and accessing the materials, it really is a great program.